How's it going, researchers? I feel so lucky that I'm learning so much from you as experts on your topics. Every single day, I learn something new because someone calls me over and says, Miss MP, you will not believe what I just learned. Or, guess what dinosaurs can do? Or, guess what I learned about trains? Sixth graders, I am so lucky to be learning from you. And it reminds me of a compliment that I've been meaning to give you. You're doing a great job of collecting these key details that make up our buttons and boxes. Now, sixth graders, that puts you in a really good position to come up with your own idea. But I'm going to be honest with you. The box is really the hardest part. Putting all of our key details together to form what we like to call in the reading world a main idea or a central idea, which is really just another word for what a part is all about. Okay, so this week, as we continue to research, I want to give you a few life hacks on how to find these main ideas that will make your life even more, or make your reading even more powerful, no matter what kind of nonfiction reading you're reading. So, life hacks for finding main ideas. My first tip for you would be to check out your text features. They are there for a reason, even though we might skip them sometimes. Okay? When we do notice them, we learn more about the main idea the writer is trying to get across. If you're like, what is a text feature? Let me remind you. Text features are clues to the main idea, and some examples are titles, subtitles, graphs, maps, captions, sidebars, photos, diagrams, and vocab boxes. Now, sixth graders, they're all there for a reason, and they will help you along the way. Like I said, they are clues. So I wanted to show you how I do this with this book called Everything Sharks. Now, I'm just going to open up to the first page because this is a brand new book for me. And I want to show you the page that I'm going to be working on. What is a shark? Okay, so text features are all over this page. There is a sidebar on this side. There's little bubbles with different parts of a shark. I see a title. I see some arrows pointing and labeling things. So I'm going to take a look at all of these text features to see if I can come up with a main idea even before I start reading. Okay, so here it says, okay, shark and fish. Okay, so this is, I didn't really realize sharks are fish. Now, of course, a goldfish is not a shark, but is a fish. Okay, so I'm learning that maybe fish and goldfish have some things in common, but not everything. And then if I look up closely here, it says nothing is permanent. Scales and teeth aren't permanent. They grow and regrow, and they lose them. There's gills. That they're boneless fish. That sharks are actually made of cartilage, like what's made in our nose. That they have firm fins. That boneless equals ageless. Scientists use bone, teeth, or scales to determine the age of a bony fish. So it's hard to tell, since sharks don't have bones, how old they are. And then also 5 reasons it's good to be a shark. Okay, so I'm looking at all these text features, and what it's making me think is, there are some special features that make a shark, okay, and not a goldfish, for example. So if I'm building my buttons and boxes, this is the main idea, at least I'm going to start with, and I'm going to read on to make sure that I've kind of collected my text features and the clues they've given me and come up with the right idea. Okay, so let me read this page and see if we came to the right conclusion about our main idea. All right, your pet goldfish may look like a great white, may not look like a, excuse me, let me start over. Your pet goldfish may not look like a great white, but if you ignore the big teeth and bad reputation and squint a bit, you'll see the resemblance. That's because sharks and goldfish are fish. Fish live in water, have gills to breathe, and fins. Most fish, including sharks, have scales. There are about 32,000 kinds of fish found throughout the world. Even on its most ferocious day, though, no one could confuse a goldfish with a shark. A shark and his close cousins, rays and skates, are fish, but a different kind. How are, how are sharks different from a typical fish? Okay, and then I could read on and more in depth to notice that all of these are really ways that sharks are a little bit different than fish. So, does it check out? There are some special features that make a shark. It seems like it. And because I had a chance to read this, I can kind of fill in my details a little bit um, to show that the details are there for my main idea. That sharks have more gills, that they have firm fins, unlike a goldfish, and that their bones are actually cartilage, which makes it hard for researchers to know how old sharks are. So, to repeat my steps, I used this life hack for finding main ideas. I thought about my text features as clues, and I asked myself, what are all these text features really teaching me? I came up with a main idea, and then I went on to read to make sure that it matched up, finding key details that filled in my buttons. Sixth graders, you're going to do this in a couple different ways. First, you're going to work in a partnership or a trio to do the same work on the printout that I have on your table with sharks. When you've come up with your main idea, then move on to reading the books that you've chosen for your research and doing the same thing as you read on in your own research topic. Happy reading!